Hi everyone, Wizarding Journey here, and today I'm going to be talking about Anime Riverside. So Anime Riverside happened about 2 weeks ago. I know I'm kind of late on this, but yeah. Anime Riverside was Saturday, June 1st through June 2nd. Setup day was the 31st. And yeah, let's get into day one. So day one, got there very early. I think we left at 6 something and we got there at 7:30-ish, I would say. Just because I still had to set up and everything and I didn't know the parking situation. But it was pretty easy to find city parking that was like only $15, so that was pretty nice. We had a wagon, so we were able to drag everything over to the convention center because I didn't want to do loading docks because that's sometimes a hassle, so I was like, I'll just wheel my stuff over since I have a wagon anyway, and it worked out. When I walked in, people were really nice, but once I got inside the vendor hall, there wasn't really any signage for where to sign in. I don't know if they had it the first day during setup or not, but I had to ask some other vendors and they directed us into the right direction. But sign-in was really easy. I was able to buy 2 extra badges, one for my helper's friend, or not my table partner's friend, and then one for my helper. Again, staff was really, really nice and helpful. They came checking in on us every now and then during the convention, so that was nice. The way Anime Riverside was set up was the vendor hall is where everyone feeds into. Then next to it, in a different room where the doors are all open, is the artist alley. And then further, if you go further down, then the voice actor signing is. You can also walk around all of this in a hallway rather than walking through all these rooms. But yeah. So obviously a lot of people fed into the first area, so vendor hall first. So it took a bit of time for people to get into Artist Alley. So the vendor room looked really packed when it started, but then throughout the day it was still packed, but it was like more spread out. So there were a lot of people. I was not expecting that. It was a good amount of sales considering what I made last year. So last year I did really good, good, I would say. It's like average for me, but this year, day one, I made what I made last year in the whole weekend. So I did not expect that. It was really interesting. It was a lot of sales, but a lot of smaller sales. So a lot of stickers, a lot of buttons. This entire weekend, I had no apparel or tote bag sales, which isn't really usual for me. Usually I do sell them. So I was in 4 stamp rallies, just to clarify. Well, technically 5. So I was in 4. I was in the Studio Ghibli, a One Piece one. Both of those I hosted. Then I was also in the JJK and in a Dungeon Meshi one, which both my friend, they hosted that. And then my brother was in the Has-Been Hotel stamp rally. So a lot of people came to our booth with these stamp rallies. So stamp rallies do really help your sales. Last year, my friend who I was tabling with, so I was sharing the table last year with 3 people. I was in Japan, but my mom and brother were tabling for me as well as one of my friends. My other friend that I was tabling with, they were also in Japan, so yeah, it was something. So sharing table with 3 people. My friend Wolf, who was there at the event, she did a stamp rally, which was a VTuber one. I hosted it. I designed everything. But I assume I probably did better because of the stamp rallies. But yeah. So that was basically day 1. Again, I had to set up. Setup took me a bit. My table partner came. They set up as well. So yeah, it was fun. Day 2, we got there like an hour or 2 before the con started. I found a parking lot right next to the loading docks, which I did pay $15 for. It's not that bad, but considering that street parking was free, I could have saved money by doing street parking, but for me to drive around, find street parking, and then like be within loading dock distance, I was just like, whatever, I'll just pay the $15. It's not that bad. Speaking of parking, so day one, I heard that the parking got really, really bad. So one of my friends, Wolf, was telling me that they went to a hotel parking, which it was advertised as $27, which like is a lot, but is not the worst. But once she pulled into the parking structure to pay, it was $40. And I heard from other people saying that it went all the way up to $80, $90. And I was just like, damn, like that's false advertising. That's not cool. Watch out where you park at Anime Riverside or near the Riverside Convention Center. Yeah, people are trying to be out there and scam you. Always try to go city parking, and on Sundays do free street parking. Day 2 was still very busy, although it wasn't as good as the first day. I would say 2/3 of what I made the first day. I almost did the same, but it's like there's a small like difference on what I made day 1 and made day 2, so maybe it was better than I thought. I had some time to walk around just because my brother was able to man the booth for a bit, because day 1 he was walking around with a friend, so day 2 I was able to walk around. Interesting enough, it was bigger sales on Sunday, but there were fewer of them, so I mean it's still good. I am not complaining anyway, but it's just interesting. Usually people right off the bat buy like bigger priced items and then save their money throughout the con, and they like have less and less. But no, for Anime Riverside it was a lot of big sales day 2, so yeah, not complaining. That day had to pack up too, so after the con was done we packed up, and then I went with some friends to K-barbecue. Yeah, that was fun. Had fun time with friends. My overall thoughts about Anime Riverside. Compared to last year, it was so much better. Even though I was not there myself, my brother was there at both events, and he even said that it was way better. I can't speak for how Vendor Hall went, just because vendor spaces are so much more expensive than artist, but yeah, but there are more people in there, so it could be that vendor hall was amazing too. There were way more attendees this year than last year for sure, which I always like a con that grows. So staff was like always very nice at the con, at least the ones that I interacted with. Attendees were very, very nice. I was surprised. So usually Anime Riverside, Anime Pasadena, some of the attendees, since the ticket prices are so low, some of them can be kind of rude and like haggle with you at your booth and stuff like that. This time, no. Like they were all so nice. Everyone I interacted with, like so many people like tipped, which I was surprised. I was like, tipping is not required for me. I just like doing like funny things and having it out there for stamp rallies, but other than that, tips are not required. But yeah, was very surprised. The only critique really that I have about Anime Riverside is the way that they do the artist alley and vendor signups. Oh my god, it's such a hassle. So they announced that their application will go live a certain day, a certain time. Sometimes that time gets pushed back, so you have to refresh your website a lot. Link that is on their website will give you a PDF, right? And the PDF you will have to download and fill out. That PDF you then have to email to the Riverside or Pasadena anime event, right? You have to have the correct title for it and everything, and then submit it, and then hope and pray that you get a spot. Riverside has very limited artist spaces, which is probably why a lot of people did really well this time. So it was a really big hassle for people. The only way I was able to get a table, so they had Anime Las Vegas before, and they didn't have that complete yet. So when I was at Anime Boston, someone posted in like one of the Discord channels being like, oh, I just emailed them asking about my table, and they gave me like said that I got a table. So I right away send an email, right, being like, hey, is there any update on my table? Like, if you don't have an Artist Alley table, I'll take a vendor spot. I'll take anything, please. I'm desperate. And they emailed me within 10 minutes. And we're like, oh yeah, here, Artist Alley table. And so if you did not reply to them or write back to them an email within like an hour or two, you did not get a table in Artist Alley. A lot of my friends had to go to vendors hall, split with other artists just because they never got a response back. So I wish they did a better system for signups, but I can't complain because I am in their system. I do get tables. We'll see about Pasadena. My costs were very minimal, or expenses were very minimal because I was local, so I drove in every day. I would say probably the most expensive was the table and food, just because I did go out to K barbecue and I did pay for my brother. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today and for watching. Yeah, I hope to make more of these videos, but we shall see. Next con I am in is Anime Impulse OC, which is in Orange County. Well, kind of in Orange County. It's at the Anaheim Convention Center. It is August 31st through September 1st. So yeah, if you're in the Anaheim area, feel free to stop by. I will have a booth there. I am at AK21. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.